If you guys are looking for some coins to get the best FIFA 18 squads, then check out mulefactory.com. They're the cheapest site I've found for coins, they deliver in 5 minutes, and if you use TGC Kurt5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. Check them out with the link down below now. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 18 squad builder. We've done our 20k squad and today we're back to show you a 50k squad. I know a bit more about the game now, I've got to learn about some of the players, I know what formations are better, what styles are better, and I'm going to show you guys what I think so far is the best squad I've built. I think in general, but also the best squad in the 50k budget. I've not really gone into too crazy expensive squads yet. That's my next one. I've got about 400k sat in the bank, as well as a bunch of players in the club, and I'm going to actually finally look at getting a real crazy squad soon. But we're going to today look at a 50k squad. Now, I think it came to around 51,500 on Xbox. That doesn't include the position changes for a couple of my midfielders, but they're not that important. They'll still get good enough chemistry without it, and if you have a manager as well, it's not really that much of an issue, but I like to have like CDMs. If they're in centre mid, I want them to be a centre mid. So, it might be a couple K more, unless you already have them in your club. But that is about it in terms of the less interesting stuff. Now, we're going to start off with our goalkeeper, and that is Wojciech Szczesny. Now, this guy blew me away. I'm going to show you guys some clips at the end of the squad section, and I'm going to show a couple clips with him, and I'm actually going to show you just how good he is. I feel like most goalies on the game this year are pointless and they offer nothing. This guy actually is really, really good, and he's pretty cheap, like so affordable. Most goalies this year are. In this case, you can actually put in any goalkeeper that plays in the Serie A or the Calcio A, as they don't have the license in. Any of those goalies can play in this, but Wojciech Szczesny is a very, very good one, and I've really enjoyed using him, and the price he's at, he is an absolute no-brainer in my eyes. Now, we're going to keep the form of the Serie A defence going on. You can actually, if you can afford it, go for João Cancelo and Miranda, but for the sake of this one, to keep it a little bit cheaper, we're going to go for Abate, who's pretty good in my opinion, and we're going to go for Tonelli. They're going to be our two right-sided defenders. Very, very impressed with them both. Abate's got a lot of pace. I actually had him as a first owner. He even scored a goal for me, but he's got really nice, well-rounded stats. His work rates are quite attacking, which isn't too bad in this formation, because I don't mind them kind of bombing past my midfielders, who you'll see in a second. 1 goal scored, like I said. Very, very solid. His pace is good. The rest of his physical and technical stats are very well rounded. 77, 74, 75, 71. Very, very close altogether and very decent all round. Tonelli, he's 6 foot, so he's not the tallest. He's not winning every header, but he does have high work rates, high defensive, low attacking work rates, 74 pace, good defending, good physical. He's a very pacey defender, and he does offer a lot in that regard. I feel like crossing, if they're going to get the cross in, it doesn't matter how tall your defender is. If they're going to get the good cross in, they're going to score it. This year, I don't think it's that important to have real tall defenders, and it's not like he's short anyway. 6 foot isn't exactly short. It's not like I can talk about height. Anyway, next up we have Juan Jesus on the left of the centre-back roles. This guy's a little bit taller. Again, perfect work rates. We've got the preferred foot of right and left on either side, which is exactly what you want. You've got high defensive on this guy, 6'1", 79 pace, and he costs next to nothing. These Serie A defenders are dirt cheap, which allows you to spend a bit more money. Apparently, my phone thought I was talking to it. Serie A, if I said, hey Siri, that's funny. It allows you to spend a bit more money with the rest of your squad going forward, so you can kind of save a bit of money with the defence. And again, we're going to go for Dalbert, a really, really good left back, crazy pacey, and they're all pretty cheap. Dalbert, a lot of these were first owner, but once again, a goal and an assist from a fullback, you can't complain with that. 91 pace, all his technical stats are sick. That defense is just so OP. They're all 77 to 79 rated, but they're just very, very overpowered. Great physicals. The lowest physicals, Dalbert with 72. Their defensive stats are all fantastic, and they're absolutely rapid. So it is perfect when it comes to that. Now we're going to move out of Serie A now. We don't have any more Serie A players. I'm going to start on the left with Fabinho. Now, Fabinho is someone that I really liked. I wanted someone to be a bit of just the defensive-minded. Really, that's all he's going to be doing is tracking back. When I have my custom tactics set up, player instructions, it should be on. It hasn't stayed because... Oh, no, it has stayed. He's set, as you can see in the top left, to stay back while attacking. I feel like it's good to keep someone covering you. He's going to kind of like drift into that area. He's going to fill in the gaps, and he's very, very solid. He's quite tall at 6'2", so he does help out defending corners. And at 3,500 coins, I think it's an absolute bargain. His lowest stat is 65, but other than his shooting, every stat is 64 or more. For 3.5k at the start of the game, that is, in my opinion, absolutely amazing. And he links up to so many people, being Brazilian, and playing for Monaco, so it's absolutely fantastic. Now, alongside him, we have someone that's basically the definition of a workhorse. He's going to be sprinting up and down the pitch non-stop for you. He's absolutely fantastic at that. He is just non-stop running. Like I said, 76 pace, 70 passing, 77 dribbling, 83 defending, and 81 physical. If we go to his stamina, you're going to see here 88 stamina. All his physical stats are absolutely brilliant. His standing and slide tackle is amazing. I'm not bothered about his other defending stats, like his head and accuracy, which apparently is under defending. That I'm not interested in them, but those defensive stats are absolutely different world. He's so good to be your box-to-box midfielder in the middle. And then alongside him, we have Wayne Rooney. Now, didn't think I'd be putting Wayne Rooney in the squad this year, if I'm completely honest with you. But I really like him. He's just like a really good box-to-box player. His physical's fantastic this year. He's got 83 strength, as you can see here. His pace isn't amazing, but you don't notice that he's slow. He's just very bulky and strong in the midfield. If you look at his shooting, passing, and dribbling, he doesn't have an in-game stat lower than 71, which is brilliant. He's such a well-rounded player again in the midfield. The further you bring him back every year, he just seems to do better and better. And I really like him in this squad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But to keep that English Premier League side going, we needed a right winger. Now, if you can't afford Sterling, you can save yourself about 10k by going for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I really like Sterling because his work rates are perfect for me. High attacking, medium defensive. He's got 4-star skills, which is great. As you can see there, 4 goals and 3 assists in 5 games. 7 goal contributions is brilliant. And you can see his strength's not amazing, 64, but it's not awful. His balance and agility being 91 and 92 is massive on this year's game, in my opinion. I think if you can have players that can kind of just run really well with the ball, ducking and diving in and out, really solid dribblers of the ball, this guy, he's the perfect one for it, and it makes such a big difference. So that was a huge contributing factor to his 4 goals and 3 assists. I don't know why I struggled to say that so much. Before we get on to the last 2 players as well, I'm going to say, I think 4-3-2-1 might be my favourite formation this year. Last year, it didn't really suit the game. I felt like it wasn't the right one, but this year, I feel like it's back in style. With this, you have wingers kind of all around your striker. There's always an option. You've got 3 men in midfield, so you're never really left out, especially with Fabinho coming in and cutting behind. So that's great. But then you've also got like the versatility up top. You've got Rooney running up there. You've got Sterling, our winger, and our strikers all combining together. It feels like the best formation this year, especially as well because crossing is very good this year. So you want to be trying to include as much pace, as much dribbling ability, as much physicality, and then also if you have a chance for your players to be drifting out on the wings, it's brilliant. Sterling got 3 assists. I'm sure they were all from crosses. It gives him the freedom to dip out of that kind of central role, dip out, and then cut a ball in. It's just so good. Anyway, enough talking about that. We're going to go on to our left forward, and that is Balde Keita. Now, you can see where the links are going here. We've got guy mixed in the middle with Fabinho and Balde Keita. It means he doesn't need any other links. Now, he's only got 3 goals, 1 assist. Still not awful to have 4 goal contributions in 5 games. He's 6 foot tall, which is something that actually helped me a lot because I'll show you our striker now before we get back to the rest of the team. It's Michiel Antonio. Now, he's very good in the air. But he's only 5'11". I don't know. It just felt like he wasn't as good for what I'm about to say. So Keita, I felt like every time I had a goal kick, I could aim it over there. He actually feels taller than 6 foot. I'm not sure if his jumping's particularly high. No, it's only 66. This guy seemed to win every header for me. When I take a goal kick, I'd aim it over to the left at Keita, and he'd head it down into the middle. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Really enjoyed using this player. Huge upgrade, in my opinion, on how he played last year. His stats are fantastic. Brilliant on the ball, like I said before. His agility, ball control, dribbling is so important this year. And then we have, as you can see up top, we have Michiel Antonio. 5 goals, 4 assists in 5 games. That's a brilliant return in my eyes. 9 goal contributions in 5 games. Cannot ask for much more. Some were in the cup, some were in seasons. He's just really flipping good. High work rates is a little bit of a shame. I think he might work better in that regard if he had another striker up there with him. Obviously, someone that maybe if he played a little bit deeper as a centre forward, because he will be running around a lot. But it is also good in that he's involved in everything. If we look at his attributes here as well, 86 strength, 88 head and accuracy. If you do get it onto his head, he will put it in the back of the net. Good sprint speed if he finally reaches it. His short passing is decent. Finishing at 74, it felt like it was better than that. I'm going to show you guys some clips in a sec and you'll see a little bit more. But yeah, it felt like he didn't have a problem with that at all. But we're going to move on from this gameplay now, and we're going to have a look at some, from the team screen, and we're going to have a look at some gameplay. So, I'm not actually seeing it directly in the background now, but you guys will be. So you're going to be seeing, firstly, Wojciech Szczesny saved a penalty and then saved the rebound like in an insane fashion. He also pulled off another 6 save for one of the other chances as well. He seems really good at reflex saves, just one of the best that I've used for that. And then you're going to see lots of other goals going into. The one-on-one finishing with his team just seemed absolutely fantastic. Antonio put everything away that was ever put on a plate to him. And Sterling was pretty good too, cutting in from the right-hand side, driving shots across the face of the goalie was just so good, as well as the crossing. If you get, especially if you focus on Sterling to do the crossing, because obviously Keita, he's on the left-hand side, he wants to be cutting in on that right foot, even though he's got 4-star weak foot. In general, if you use Sterling to go out wide and whip it in, you've got the brilliant heading in Michiel Antonio with his 84 jumping and 88 heading accuracy, but then you've also got Keita who's good in the air. It was a really good mix for actually getting the ball across from Sterling to the other guys for crosses. And then you still had deep runs from players like Rooney and Guy just running into the edge of the box, and it was just such an effective squad. It was probably the most fun I've had using a team on FIFA 18 so far. And for 50k, you really can't complain about that. There are positions you can actually improve to get a bit more money in. Obviously, you can change your striker. You could go for someone like Gabriel Jesus or Aguero. If you were to go for Jesus and you had a lot of money, there is actually a way you could switch it around so that if you moved Rooney into the middle and then had Jesus up top, so swapped Guy and Rooney round, you could then put Neymar on the left-hand side. I know it's a bit of a crazy one, it sounds like it, but that is another way you could do it if you have a lot of money and you just want to change your front line. That might be something I might try out. I would like to see what Neymar's like. But guys, I think that probably brings us to the end of this episode. Smash that like button if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if it is your first time watching me. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.